Breaking news, police say they arrested an Indianapolis man in connection to last night's shooting on the campus of Indiana State University.
The Indianapolis Colts have beaten Tennessee for a 6th consecutive time.
After 2 heartbreaking losses to start the season, the Colts are now 2-2 after another blowout win. Highlights and reaction ahead.
And it was another great day out there. We've had a great summer-like weekend out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s, 82 right now. In fact, we're going to have a warm start to the work week. It is eventually going to break, though. I'll let you know when the cold weather moves in, coming up in a little bit.
Live from Wish TV, this is breaking news from 24-Hour News 8.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bennett Haeberle in for Daniel Miller and Kylie Conway. Let's get right to that breaking news. An arrest in the case of the campus shooting at Indiana State University that injured a student. ISU police say 21-year-old Calvin McCauley faces a preliminary charge of attempted murder. They say McCauley is a student at Indiana State and is from Indianapolis. The shooting happened yesterday evening. A 20-year-old student from Indianapolis as well told police he was shot in a stairwell in the Lincoln Quad. We also just learned from police that the victim had surgery today at a hospital in Terre Haute to remove a bullet from his backside. He is expected to make a full recovery. Investigators have not said and do not think that this was a shooting that was random. 24-Hour News 8's Jeff Wagner is on campus. He'll join us a little later with more on the investigation, including how the police chief says officers were able to apprehend McCauley. Well, the Colts had the chance today to make that 0-2 start a fading memory, and they certainly took advantage of that. Sports director Anthony Calhoun is here with how the Colts clawed back to 500. Good win today.
A team that they should have beaten coming into this game. And
police arrested one man after shooting at a VFW in Indianapolis overnight that injured 4 people. Officers arrested 20-year-old Vernell Ballard for resisting arrest after police say he led them on a short car chase. Investigators say right now it's unclear who fired the shots that caused those injuries. They say a security guard working for the VFW fired his weapon, but police don't know if he hit anyone. 24-Hour News 8's Jessica Smith talked to witnesses who say the violence escalated after a fight broke out at a party. IMPD says officers are hearing a lot of conflicting stories from witnesses. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. This afternoon, Butler University held a memorial service in honor of former President Bobby Fong. Dr. Fong passed away earlier this month from natural causes. He served as Butler's president from 2001 to 2011. We talked to Butler's current president about Fong's legacy.
During his tenure here, there was a heavy focus on community service, diversity issues. Just a wonderful man, the right man at the right time for Butler University.
Fong's tenure at Butler ended when he left to become president of a small liberal arts school near Philadelphia. Still ahead, headaches, delays, and cancellations continue after Friday's big fire at a major air traffic control center in Chicago. The incident still affecting flights in Indianapolis.
It's important to recognize that, banned books stands for something.
Next, an artist traveling the country brings his typewriter and his message about free speech to the Circle City. Typing away the hours, an artist in Indy puts on a performance in the name of free speech. Artist Tim Ute is spreading that message across the U.S., and for 1 week it echoed through the rooms at the Vonnegut Library downtown. 24-Hour News 8's Jeff Wagner and photojournalist Sean Pierce show us how Ute is making sure banned books aren't silenced. Performance art that makes you think. Ute is traveling the country typing 100 one-page novels. He expects it will take him 7 to 8 years. This performance was his 26th. Normally his artwork is framed, but he felt it was a fitting end to burn his rendition of Fahrenheit 451. And we'll be right back. Air travel is still being affected by an alleged act of sabotage at a Chicago area control center. The city's Department of Aviation says O'Hare Airport canceled 500 flights and Midway canceled 50 today because of ongoing problems. The FAA says it expects improvement tomorrow. Authorities say a contract employee intentionally started a fire at a regional control center and then tried to commit suicide. Brian Howard faces felony charges. More than 2,000 flights in and out of the airports were canceled Friday, disrupting travel nationwide, including here here in Indianapolis. We just checked with Indianapolis International Airport, and they tell us that they counted at least 8 cancellations and 1 delay from Indianapolis out of Chicago. So a lot of people having to make alternative plans as a result of that.
Yeah, and for once, the weather isn't causing any trouble.
I know, that is not certainly not the issue. It was a beautiful week.
It was fantastic.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah. Well, big win for the Colts today.
Nice win. It's nice to see the guys get the job done. Again, what a class act. I mean,
what a great way to go out, too.
Man, fans love him, and he would definitely be missed.
Certainly.
Some great times in New York with him.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, AC.
No problem.
Well, ahead at 6:30, one of the Indianapolis Zoo's newest babies now has a name, thanks in part to some Facebook fans. And we have new information on that breaking news we've been following since the top of the hour. Police say an Indianapolis man faces charges after last night's shooting on the campus of ISU.
Live from Wish TV, this is breaking news from 24-hour News 8.
We continue to follow breaking news. Police at Indiana State University arrested a student in connection with last night's campus shooting. 21-year-old Calvin McCauley of Indianapolis has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. Police say he shot another student near the Lincoln Quad residence halls. That's on the northwest side of the campus, and that's where 24-hour News 8's Jeff Wagner joins us live. And Jeff, do police know what led up to this shooting? Jeff, thanks so much. And we are tracking another warm start to the week. You can take a look there. Things looking nice. No clouds in the sky, but there are changes ahead in this 8-day forecast. Meteorologist Sarah Walters is helping the weather team again this evening. She joins us now with a look at what we can expect as we start the work week.
Well, for the beginning of the work week, it's going to be much of the same, very summer-like weather.
All right, thanks, Sarah. As we told you earlier on 24-hour News 8 at 6, police in Indianapolis continue to investigate a shooting at a VFW that injured 4 people. That shooting happened less than 24 hours after the crime-fighting 10-point coalition announced it's expanding because of rising violence. 24-hour News 8's Kylie Conway has more from the group's leader, who says the latest round of violence reinforces the need for more boots on the ground. Reverend Harrison says typically 10-point turns in around midnight, but may extend those hours after seeing a late-night crime trend. He says 10 new people were added this weekend, and 10 more will be added in the coming weeks, bringing their force to a total of 50. In an open letter to USA Today, a family member of race car driver Kevin Ward Jr. takes issue with the media's focus on the marijuana that was found in Ward's system after he was struck and killed by fellow driver Tony Stewart. A grand jury chose not to pursue charges against Stewart. In that letter, the aunt of Kevin Ward calls into question many issues surrounding the accident, including why Stewart didn't avoid striking Ward. She ends the letter by saying Ward was an amazing person who had the support of friends and family. In a recent interview with the Associated Press, Tony Stewart said the wreck forever changed him, and shortly after the incident, he rarely left his North Carolina home. Well, could a Democrat poised to win a Republican district still be at a disadvantage? That's the question tackled by the Indiana Week in Review panel. Eric Turner announced his plans to leave the General Assembly 10 days ago. The problem is the deadline to be replaced on the ballot was July 15th. The newest addition at the Indianapolis Zoo now has a name. The zoo says more than 60% of its Facebook fans voted for Zoya as the name of the new tiger cub. The name means life and is a variation of Zoe, a popular feminine name in Russia and Ukraine, where the Amur tigers originate. She's almost 12 weeks old, and zoo officials say she's growing and healthy and strong. And right now, Zoya and her mother are in a private indoor area, but guests will be able to see them for the first time later this year. I'm sure there will be a line for that cuteness. Gosh, what a great day, though. Let's get a check on the weather with meteorologist Sarah Walters. All right, thanks so much, Sarah. The roof was open today at Lucas Oil Stadium. Andrew Luck spreading the wealth.
Great weather and a great win for the Blue today. He was fun to watch over the years. And,
it really was.
Had an outstanding career.
Absolutely. And what a great way to go out, contributing.
Oh, yeah, and then the walk-off the other day. I mean, just...
Storybook.
Yeah, storybook ending. Yep.
All right, thanks so much,
No
AC. So here is a live look at Lucas Oil Stadium. The roof looks like it's closed again, but we're tracking another warm start to the week. Meteorologist Sarah Walters returns with a final check of your weather.